my whole life has been about working together. So I've always been just like that. But the defining moment that I don't share very often is that, to your question, is when I got to Boeing, I was watching a lot of command and control. They were great at program management. Mm-hmm. And so I was doing well, and I was being appreciated, and they called me one day. They said, "We'd like you to be a supervisor." And I said, "What does a supervisor do?" They said, "Well, we're going to assign you another dynamite engineer from a great university, and if you could just kind of teach them about engineering and what you do as an aeronautical engineer." I said, I didn't even ask any other questions. Well, obviously, I know how to do that. So they assigned me Mike from Caltech. Great guy. And so at the time, when you did your technical work, you had to write it up in a coordination sheet. And then your supervisor, that would be me, would sign it at the bottom, saying that it was good. So he brought me his first draft, and I marked it up and stuff and gave him some suggestions. And then he brought me a second draft, and I marked that up and gave him some suggestions. And I thought, boy, this is really fun. I mean, being a supervisor. And on his 13th revision, and remember at the time, he didn't have word processing, so he had to do a duplicate, carbon, and stand in a line in front of the room to get these revisions. So he brings it in, he sets it down in front of me, and he said, "Alan, before you give me your another dynamite suggestion to improve my work here, I'd like you to know I'm quitting." I said, "You're quitting? Why?" He said, "I can't stand this being micromanaged anymore. The first couple were great, but we've way past the point of diminishing returns." I said, "Well, what do you think I should do?" And he said, "Well, you might want to think about what they're asking you to do. They're asking you to maybe share with me what the vision of the airplane program is. What's the vision? What's the strategy? What's the plan? Am I working with the right people? Do I have the right tools? We just moved from analog to digital." And I think I was the last person to use a slide rule. I know, I'm really old. And so, and then nurture the environment and see, am I generally have it there so we can move on. And I said, that really sounds useful. If I do those things, will you stay? He said, "No way, no way." This is my first employee, you guys. I stayed in contact with him later because I wanted to prove to him that I was going to do what he suggested. And so you think about it, that was a life-changing event. And the second one was I was starting to adapt the command and control behavior of the people I was seeing above, and I was pretty good at it. And so the pilot of the airplane program and a couple of engineers came to see me on Sunday. They said, "Alan, we know what that behavior looks like, and it's not what you are. It's not who you are as a person, and that's not what we need going forward. We need to move to a participatory environment, and leaders are coaching, nurturing, facilitating. And so you need to decide, or we're gonna quit the program." So you think about those two, and I right away, okay. And then I was back. We had a new CEO of the whole company that wanted to move in this direction. So he backed me up to be me and be about working together.